All right. So, welcome back to our class for today. So I know that some students have been saying, Mr. Lukman, but we've already learned like other parts of the plant in the diversity team. Yes, you are correct. But for this topic, we are focusing on the important parts. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, Si Sing Yun. All right. So by now, you should already know where's the leaf, where's the stem, and the roots. So I'm just going to play this animation for you. So that is one of the leaf, that is the stem, and those are the roots. Okay. Yes, Janice, go ahead. Okay, Zarin, noted about your name. All right, no worries. Okay, so these are the three important parts of the plan that we'll be focusing on for this topic. And we will actually go through this topic for about 4 lessons, if I remember correctly. So next week, there will be one more, which will basically consolidate everything that we will have learned, okay, by next week. Okay, noted, Jorin. All right. For those who's screen or my voice might be laggy to you, you might want to check your settings, okay? Your connection settings especially, because majority of the students are fine, all right? Hello, Charlotte Chiam. Hello. Okay. So let's recap what we have learned before about roots first. So who remember what are some of the functions of roots? Can anyone tell me? Okay, good. Kaisara, yes. Kaisara mentioned absorb water and minerals. Anyone else? Okay, Denise Azmi, good. Dono Hugh, yes. Joey Yi, need a bit more detail. T Yong Seng, wow, very good. Anchor the plant to the ground. I like that word. Emmanuel Moon also anchor the plant firmly to the ground. Yes, I like that word. Good. Okay, so Jordan Lau, Kelly, Denise Azmi, Wallace Ang, Mika, all correct. So let's confirm your answers. So first one, roots absorbs minerals for the plants to grow well. So remember, I have mentioned this before. You will also need to mention why do the plants need the minerals, why do plants need water. So for minerals, it is for the plants to grow well. How about water? Who remembers? Why does the plant need water? Why does the plant need water? Anyone? To make food, okay, we need a bit more general. Yes, Jovello, yes, correct. Ariel Kwan, correct. Okay, so it is not just to grow well or to make food, okay, but it is actually, oops, did I miss out the water one? Okay, sorry, it's the third point. So absorb water for the plant to survive. So just like any living thing, okay, just like any living thing, plants need water to survive, air, food, and water. All right. Moderator, you might want to help with Ansley Ng over here. Thank you. Okay, so actually the second point should be the last one. Okay, it's not arranged properly, but it's okay. All of these are still the function of the roots. So the roots also help to hold the plant firmly. So just like what some of you mentioned just now, to anchor the plant firmly to the ground. Okay, yes, like Marie Fatono just mentioned over here. Okay, so I like that word anchor. So if you want in your notes, you can add on the word anchor instead of just hold the plant firmly. You can also say anchor the plant firmly to the soil. Okay, so that word, right, or that term will really mean that it is very firm and very strong so that the plant doesn't topple easily. Okay, Chloe Tan, be patient with the bubble questions, not to worry, it will come. Ask me, because this is the topic that we'll be learning for this month. All right, so yes, you have to be patient. Okay. All right, and then what's the misconception about roots? Who remembers? Yes, okay, so Jovel, Liu, Kaisara, Kira, all correct. Some students will confuse the functions of roots and stem. Okay, so roots is not to hold the plant upright. Okay, it is not. So that's why you'll see a big X there. Okay, so it is not. All right, so that's the job of another part of the plan, which I will go through in the next slide. Okay, so any questions regarding roots? We will need to recap. Every week we will recap back what we have learned before. Okay. Right. No. Okay, so Marie Fatono, yes, correct. Yeah, Yi Chen Liu, because when we go through the plants topic under the diversity theme, okay, we didn't go into more detail, right? So now we go into more detail, all right? So you will understand better. Okay, then the next one. This is what we've just learned last lesson. Okay, function of STEM. Who remembers? Can you tell me the functions of STEM? Okay, good. Janelle, Li En Yi, Ava Chai. Okay, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Kaisara, yes. Okay. Aiden Lau, Dono Hill, all correct. So let's confirm your answers. So the stem helps to support the plant. That's a very important thing of the function of stems. And then it holds the leaves up so that they can get sunlight to make food. So this is what is mentioned by some of you also. So this is very important. The stem ensure that the leaves are able to obtain sufficient sunlight. Okay, so that it's able to make food. All right. Jasper, no, the stem doesn't give food to the plant. That's another part of the plant which I will be going through today. Okay. Yes, Cherry, I will go. I will explain about the transportation part in the next slide. Not to worry. Okay, what about the misconception? Anyone knows what's the misconception for stems? Any misconception? Okay, yes. So like I mentioned just now, right? So usually some students will confuse the function between roots and stems, these two. Okay, some students will usually confuse these two functions. So the misconception over here is the stem holds the plant firmly to the ground. That's not the job of the stem, but that is actually the job of the roots. Okay. Clarice asks, is it one flower seed have food inside? I'm not sure. Can you rephrase your question? Because I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. All right. So this is about stems. And then some of you mentioned about the transport of water or food inside the plants also. So this is just to emphasize to you, this is just to emphasize to you that this will be taught to you later on in the upper primary level. Okay, upper primary science, where the stem transports water and minerals from the roots to other parts of the plant. That's one. And then secondly, the stem transport food from the leaves to other parts of the plant. So you must know the direction of the flow of water and minerals and also the flow of food. Okay. But who over here, you are P3, P4, but you already actually know these two functions already? Any of you? Wow. You're P3, P4 and you already know this? So many of you? Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I know some of you are P5, P6. Yes, I can see. Right? Yes, some of you P5, P6. So you should definitely know this already. But now I'm asking about the P3, P4. Okay. Yes, Sahish, no, you are P5. Okay. All right. Stem holes. Yes, Alia asked, so can we also say that the stem holds the leaf up so that the leaves can make food or photosynthesize? Yes, but you must make sure to also include about getting the sunlight, because that's the important part. Okay, the leaves need to get the sunlight or obtain the sunlight to make food or to photosynthesize if you want to. Okay, Yi Chen Huang, all right, I know you are P3. Okay, don't need to spam the Geniebook chat. Okay, so yes. Try not to spam the chat, especially for those who are new. We can read your message, okay? Not to worry, just be patient and understanding like I mentioned just now, because there's like 400 plus of you here. There's like 400 plus of you here. So if everyone spam, then nobody will learn anything and I can't read what you are going to type. Okay, yes, there are 400 plus of you here. So for those who are unsure. Okay, so these are additional information about the STEM which you will learn in upper primary science. But if you know now already, then good for you. Well done. Okay, so when you go to upper primary, you already know. Time for the first bubble question to see whether you have been paying attention or not to my recap of the past lessons. Okay, so read the 4 statements over here and then answer the question below. Which of these above statements is not correct? So is it one of them or 2 of them is not correct? Okay, so you will have 1 minute and I will start the timer in 3, 2, 1 now. Okay, key in your results. All right, not bad. I see quite a number of you inputting the correct answer. I should see at least about 90% of you. See somebody early say no, but quite a number of you say easy. Yes, this is 15 bubbles because this is quite a difficult one. One of the statements is quite tricky. Okay, yeah, I know for quite a number of you is easy, okay, but not for the rest. All right. Okay, wow, well done. Megan, Aiden. Yes, Lucas, quite tricky, right? Okay, Chloe. No, this is not an easy question. Some people say, oh, Mr. Lukman, so easy, it's like a giveaway, 15 bubbles. No, it's not a giveaway. Okay, Ethan Karam saying, giveaway means like give the bubbles for free. Mr. Lukman don't give bubbles for free. Okay, you must earn it. You must earn the bubbles. Okay, wow. So little. Okay, this is like only 30% of you. Maybe you haven't warmed up yet. Okay, only 30% of you got it correct. I expected much more. Okay, so it's not a giveaway, like what some of you mentioned. Only 30% of you get it correct. Okay, so come on, warm up yourself. Okay, do some stretching. If you're still sleepy, just now somebody just woke up, right? You say, okay, so warm up. Okay, make sure you are paying attention. Now, we are talking about the roots of a plant. Okay, and take note of the question below. We want the not correct. We want the statement that is not correct. Okay, so the first statement says that they take in minerals from the soil. Correct or not? This one, is it correct? It is, right? Wait, hold on, let me just. Okay, so this is correct. And then next, they hold the plant firmly to the ground. So yes, this is also about the anchoring of the plant firmly to the ground, right? So this is also correct, but we don't want correct. Remember, we only want the not correct one. They ensure that the leaves get enough sunlight. Okay. Theory say nay. Okay, or no. All right. So this is incorrect. So far we want this. Okay. And then let's look at the last one. They have hair-like structures to increase the surface area. This is the tricky one. Not everyone know this. Okay, not everyone know this. Okay, but there are roots which have hair-like structures which will increase their surface area to improve the absorption of water and minerals. Who actually know about this already? The statement D. Who actually know about this already for roots? Wow. Okay, quite a number of you. Or maybe the 30% of you who get it correct. Okay, so well done. So that's why the answer is C only. We want the incorrect one. Okay, so C only. Okay, any questions? Next one. Let's look at the next one. Again, about the hair-like structure. Okay, so we have the tiny hairs over here. Okay, as you can see, what's the function of the tiny hairs on the roots? So of course, the answer is not exactly the same like in bubble question 1, right? If not, it's like very easy for you. So I changed it a bit. Let's see who managed to get this correct. So I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, start. Let's see. Oh, Alia Fatima, you might want to refresh your browser or your app. Okay, so maybe it can appear better. PayCUN definitely not giveaway. Okay, this one is easier a bit than question 1. So I hope at least at least more than half of you get it correct. Okay. See, Joyce say not quite easy. All right, but the rest, wow, Jasper, Yichen Liu, Jordan all say easy. Oh no, Celeste, what happened? It's actually not that difficult, huh? Gavin Gunawan, definitely not a giveaway. Yes, Jamie, little hard, right? Yes. Don't know, Hugh, I can't help you. You have to read the statements on your own. Then you must decide, which one is the function of the tiny hairs. Okay, those who are still thinking about the answer, you have about 15 more seconds. 15 more seconds. Wow, Chia Yuan Cho, get it at 1 second. Yichen Liu, this is 10 bubbles. This is 15 bubbles. Yes, sorry, I thought it's 10 bubbles. Okay, 15 bubbles. Sorry, I saw wrongly. Okay, much better. So about 55% of you get it correct, but still, you know, quite disappointing. I wanted more of you to get it correct. So, like I mentioned just now, the hair-like structures on roots, or in this case, the tiny hairs, is to increase surface area, right? Increase surface area of the roots. So it is not about holding your plant upright. Okay, oops, sorry, wrong color. It's not about holding the plant upright. Okay, anyway, that's the function of the stem. Yes, Yuan, but like I say, right, I rephrase it so it's not so obvious. And then produce more minerals for the plants to grow. The roots does not produce minerals. It does not. It is the minerals and water is inside the soil. So it does not produce, definitely wrong. And then you see option 3, allow greater amount of water and minerals to be absorbed. Yes. So because of the increase in the surface area, so therefore the roots now can absorb the water and minerals better and much more at a faster rate. Okay. So you might want to add this in your notes. Allow greater, this one, right, is due to the increase in surface area of the roots. Okay, so you might want to add this in your notes. Okay, and the last one, okay, this one is a bit ridiculous, to prevent insects or animals underground from damaging the plant. Okay, so that is definitely not correct. It's not about to prevent these animals to damage the plant. It is about increasing the surface area. Okay, so any questions for this? Okay, Celeste, then well done, good for you. Any questions? No? Right, next one. Don't worry, we still have a lot of bubble questions coming. This one a bit difficult. So diagram on the right shows parts of a plant. So based on the diagram, which of the following are functions of part D? Okay, part D. So take note, part D is pointing to this part here. Okay, we want the functions. So read the 4 statements carefully. And then after that, select the correct answer. Whether is it B only, D only, B and C only, or A and D only. So I will start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. This is for 10 bubbles. This is for 10 bubbles. Okay. Sophie, so it's so easy. Jordan, Jairus, wow, all say easy. Ava Chai, well done, good. Yichen Liu, Ayers, Jasper, okay, good. Well done. Joyce, yes. Yeah, if you've been paying attention, yes, so far, Z, you already earned 40 bubbles, but it's earned, the bubbles are earned. It's not that I give you for free. Mr. Lukman don't give bubbles away for free. You have to earn it. All right. So those who are still thinking about the answer, you have about 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. So take note of the part of the plan that we are focusing on. Part D. Okay, part D, not A, B, or C. And you must read the statements very carefully. Gavin Gunawan say, why is it so easy like 1 + 1? No, it's not easy like 1 + 1, okay? All right, let's see the results. Time's up. Okay, much better. We are improving. So now about 75% of you get it correct. Okay, good. I like that. So keep it up, yeah? Okay, so let's look at the statements. Now, firstly, what part of the plant is this? Part D is what part of the plant? Can anyone tell me? Yes, Jordan, correct. This is the stem. Okay, this is the stem. Oops, sorry, I'm supposed to use green ink, but it's okay. So you must remember the function of the stem when you are answering this question. Okay, so yes, Jamie, Bu Yixuan, Devon, Chloe, all correct. Okay, so it holds the plant upright. So yes, right. So that is correct. That's the function of the stem. It supports the flower only to grow. See, statement B is a bit tricky. It's to trick you, okay? So quite a number of students got tricked over here. Supports the flowers only. So that's the part that is wrong. Okay, so it's not only supporting the flowers, supporting the leaves and the branches and so on. Okay, so it's not just the flowers. And then part C, statement C, it absorbs mineral salts from the soil. No, that's the function of the roots. Yes, Ashlyn, correct. So it's not the function of the stem. And lastly, it ensures that the leaves get enough sunlight. Yes. See, you see the difference between statement B and statement D. So now I'm also teaching you exam techniques. So when you read statement B and statement D, it might look the same, right? Support the flower, ensure the leaves. So it's like supporting the leaves. But for statement B, it is supporting the flowers only. Because of that keyword only, that's why statement B is wrong. Statement D didn't say leaves only. It just says ensure that leaves get enough sunlight. So it is helping the leaves and also other parts. So that's why D is correct. Okay, so the answer is A and D only. All right, any question? See, yeah, some of you already say, I almost choose the wrong answer. Okay, no questions, huh? Very good. Let's move on to the next one. Another difficult one. So we have Winnie who cut various parts from 4 similar plants. So all 4 plants are actually exactly the same. Okay, so 4 similar plants, but she cut them at various parts. So you need to read the description, okay? And then she put each of them into a pot of soil to grow. So A has its roots removed, B flowers and fruits removed, then C and D and so on. Okay, so you read carefully each of the plants. So which plant is most likely to grow healthily after 2 months? Okay, so I will start the timer for question 4 in 3, 2, 1, start. So it's a bit tricky. Please read the options carefully. See what parts are removed. Okay. Wow, Keith, so fast. Dono Hugh, Isabel, Esme, Jaden, too easy. It's not easy. See, some of you got it wrong already. You say no. Somebody almost chose another answer, which is the wrong one. If your options are blinking, please quickly refresh your browser, or you quickly log off, log in, see whether is it still blinking or not. Rehan is not way too easy. This is quite difficult because you need to read every option. Those who are still thinking about your answer, you have about less than 20 seconds more. Evangeline is not so easy. It's not. Okay, Marie Fatono, definitely not a giveaway because you have to think, you have to look at the options and read carefully. So this is for 10 bubbles. A few more seconds left. Okay, time's up. All right, so a slight improvement from the previous question. So still about 70+%. So it's about 78% of you got it correct. Still an improvement. Good. So I like it. Keep it up. So now we want the plant that can still grow healthily after 2 months. Okay. When you cut off the roots, what happened? Can anyone tell me? Okay, Kelly, yes, it can grow healthily, but why? Okay, Joey, yes. Need a bit more detail. Okay, Ong Chi Yu also. Yes, Yang Jingwen, Nathaniel, all correct. So it's not able to absorb water and minerals already, right? If you cut off the roots, no more water and minerals. That's why it cannot live healthily or grow healthily after 2 months. So for those who are writing down in your notes, you can write down for A, cannot absorb water and minerals. Okay, then if you cut off the flowers and fruits, what happened? Can it still grow healthily? Yes, good. On to you, correct. And the rest of you, Celine, Zen, Dawn. Okay, so it still can grow because the flowers and fruits can still be produced again. No worries. Okay, the plant can grow the flowers and fruits again. All right. So actually, no change will happen. It will grow healthily. But you need to check all the options. Next one, the leaves, the roots, and flowers are removed. Okay, so flowers you remove. Okay, not so important. But the leaves and the roots, when you remove them, what will happen? So firstly, about the roots, again, cannot absorb water and minerals. Oops, rewrite that properly. And then what about when you remove the leaves, okay, which we will be learning later on, it cannot make food. Yes, Joyce, correct, okay? So cannot make food also. So even though you don't know about the leaves, let's say you are P3, P4, no, you haven't learned about leaves yet, I haven't go through yet, but you should know about the roots, okay? Because the roots have been removed, so still cannot absorb water and minerals, okay? So for the leaves, cannot make food. And again, same thing for the last one here, roots and some leaves removed. So it's the same like C, okay? So you can write down in your notes, same like C. So therefore, that is why the answer over here is option 2, plan B. Okay? Yes, Joyce, flowers are not that crucial or are not that important, okay, at this point in time when it wants to grow. But it is important for later on, okay? Yes, Nguyen, go ahead. Yes, Sahishnu, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Okay, so yes, exchange of gases also cannot happen if there are no leaves. Anyway, I'll go through this later, for this lesson, not to worry, the second half of the lesson. All right, any other questions? Okay, because of your good participation so far, can you see the sticker? Okay, I hope you have had your breakfast drink already, be it Milo or Horlicks, okay, or your hot tea, okay? So good. Or Starbucks, like what some of you mentioned, okay? And I hope you're not sleepy like Baby Yoda right now, huh? Okay, we are only halfway through our lesson. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So for today's lesson, here's what we'll be going through. We are learning to identify parts of a leaf, all right? Describe the functions of the leaves and describe the functions of the stomata. Yes, see somebody was asking, huh? Mr. Lukman, what is stomata? Not to worry, Yi Chen Liu, Pei Si Yuan, I will go through in more detail, okay, later on in the lesson. All right, what is actually stomata? So even though if you don't know the word, but at least you know what it is. Okay, so don't worry, I will go through. So firstly, the parts of a leaf. So we have X, Y, and Z over here. Can any of you name me what is X? Okay, yes, Erosha Q, correct? Joyce, oh, why you suddenly mention stomach? Okay, so Jairus is correct. Anyone else? No. Lucius, Chia Yuan Cho, Emmanuel, you might want to check again. Jordan, correct. Sophie, correct. Okay, so look at where X is pointing. It is not pointing at the lines, it's pointing the in between. So that is called the leaf blade. All right, that's the leaf blade. Take note of that. Okay, yes, Jeremiah Tong, correct. Tegan Liao, correct. Okay, so some of you mentioned the next part of the leaf, which I will mention now, part Y. Okay, so what is part Y? Look carefully, it's pointing at the one of the lines. Now then, all of you are correct. This is the veins. So you can say leaf veins, okay, or the veins only, or you can, if let's say it's pointing to the main one here, okay, the one at the center, that is the main vein of the leaf. All right, but this is something additional. So if you don't know, it's okay. But you can just say it as veins. Okay. Yes, Kaisara, compulsory to remember about the veins. All right. Leaf tip. When did I mention leaf tip, Marie Fatono? I didn't mention that. Okay, on to you. Hold on. I will mention about stomata later. And the last one, Zach, yes. Bu Yishun, correct. And some of you say it's the stem. What? Are you sure it's the stem? Okay, so Emmanuel, Sophie, yes, correct. Elihu, correct. Okay, so this is not the stem. Zach is not the stem. This is called the leaf stalk, or you can just say stalk also. Okay, so like for any leaves or any flower, usually there's the stalk that connects the leaf or the flower to the branches or to the stem of the plant directly. So don't be confused between stem and stalk, okay? Stalk is usually the one that connect the leaves or the flowers to the stem of the plant or to the branches of the plant. Stem of the plant is like, you know what we've been going through last week, okay, about stem. So don't be confused. Marif, how to know where is leaf tip? Leaf tip, are you talking about the edges of the leaf? Because that's not in the syllabus. So don't worry, we don't need to know about leaf tip. Okay, so we only need to know these three main parts over here: the leaf blade, the veins, and the leaf stalk. So the leaf blade can be any of the parts in between. Okay, in between the veins over here. So be careful where the label is pointing at. All right. Chia Yuan Cho, in exam, can we just write stalk instead of leaf stalk? Yes, yes, you can just write stalk, no problem. Chia Chitan, what's happening? Marie Fatona is in your syllabus. Okay, then you might want to check with your teacher, because for what we know in Singapore syllabus is only these three parts here that you need to know: leaf blade, veins, and leaf stalk. All right. Yes, Joyce, this will be tested in your exam. This is in your syllabus, these three parts over here. All right. Any more questions? Good questions. We have good questions over here. Okay, Jairus, that one will be later. Not to worry, I'll go through. Chachitan, you might want to check with your parents about that. I'm not sure what you are seeing. Okay, right. Yi Chen Liu, he or she asked what's the function of these parts over here. Okay, at your level right now, we don't need to know the functions, not to worry. As we go to more detail in your upper primary and your secondary school level, okay, then you will learn more. But basically, right, the functions are more or less, for example, like leaf stalk, okay, the functions are the same actually as the stem, okay, which is to transfer the food from the leaves to other parts of the plant, and then transfer water from other parts, from the roots to the leaf, okay? And then leaf blade is to hold the stomata, which I will mention in the next few slides. And then veins is to spread out the tubes accordingly, okay? Okay, Jovel, good for you. You are a fast learner. Okay, well done. All right, Ti Yong Seng, yes, but that one in upper primary, not now, not at this level, okay? Not at lower primary level. Okay, then now, very important, you must know the function of leaves. Okay, function of leaves. So the most important one is this first one over here. It is to make food for the plant or photosynthesis. Okay, the name of the process is called photosynthesis. Now, if you can't remember the name, you might be asking me like, Mr. Lukman, it's difficult for me to memorize the spelling. Then it's okay. You don't need to write down photosynthesis. You can just say make food for the plant. You will still get the marks. You still earn the marks. So not to worry. Okay, at this level, of course. So, if when you go to upper primary, primary 5, primary 6, okay, then you need to remember. You need to remember photosynthesis. Okay, so yes, Ti Yong Seng has a good way to remember the spelling. So he or she mentioned to separate the syllables. Okay, so photo, remember photo, P-H-O-T-O, and then syn, S-Y-N, and then thesis, T-H-E-S-I-S. Yeah, you can do that to remember the spelling. No worries. Next function. So to help it to make food, the leaves are able to trap light energy, or you can say absorb light energy, trap light energy from the sun for them to make food. Okay, so this is a very important function of the leaves. That's why the stem will help to ensure that the leaves get sufficient sunlight, as much sunlight as possible. Okay, Kate asks, will you get a mark if you spell photosynthesis wrong. It depends how bad your spelling is. If let's say the photosynthesis, your spelling is like completely different, totally wrong, until you pronounce it is totally different, then of course you won't earn the marks. But if let's say you accidentally spell photosynthesis as F-O-T-O and then synthesis all correct, you might get a mark depending on how strict your teacher is. Okay, because for science we don't really go for spelling, but if like I say just now, if the pronunciation, okay, the pronunciation from your mouth is totally different due to your spelling error, then you won't get marks. Okay, so try your best to remember the spelling if possible. All right. Okay. Yes, Cherise. So I will mention about that substance next. Let's see. Some of you have been asking what this. So where's the chlorophyll, Mr. Lukman? Where's the chlorophyll? Okay. So the leaves contain chlorophyll, which is basically like a green pigment. So it's like a green substance in the leaves that helps them to make food. So this green substance, chlorophyll, is the one that absorbs the sunlight from the sun. Okay. So again, if you can't remember the spelling chlorophyll, then you can just say the green pigment in the leaf. That will do also at this level, But if you go to upper primary, then no choice. You have to memorize the spelling for chlorophyll. Okay, so again, you can have different methods to remember your spelling. Okay, like just now, was it T. Yong Sing? Okay, who taught us, okay, you can separate the syllables, right, to remember it. So up to you. Okay. All right. As me. Okay, interesting way to remember that. All right. Can also, as long as it helps you. And this one over here. So to continue to the next part of the slide, so leaves have tiny openings. Oops, sorry. I want to highlight it, not cancel. I want to highlight it. Okay, so leaves have tiny openings on it called the stomata. So there are tiny openings in the leaves, especially at the underside of leaves. So I will go through that in the next slide. Okay, that helps in a certain function. Okay. Yeah, T. Yong Sing, but that one is a bit more detailed for our lower primary friends. Okay, not to worry. That one, yes, upper primary, you'll know that in more detail. Manas Srini asks, oh, okay, interesting. What's the white liquid that comes out from the leaf when I pluck out a leaf from the plant? Okay, most likely that substance is like water mixed with the food or something. Okay, that is within the tubes of the plant, or yes, a sap. Okay, so Jasper and Happy Ding, okay, correct. Thank you. Shazwin, there's no such thing as plant milk. What are you talking about? Okay, most likely is the sap. Okay, yes, Jaden, go ahead. All right, so before I go to the next slide about the stomata, who can tell me what do you think is the function of the stomata? Okay, Jordan Lau, correct. Okay, Isabel. Regan Lim, are you sure that's the function? You might want to check again. Okay, good. Yichen Liu and the rest of you. Ethan Karam Singh, are you sure that's the function? Okay, if you're not sure, it's fine, okay, because you might be P3 or P4, but our P5 or P6 brothers and sisters should already know this, okay? So let's go into more detail. Look at this very interesting picture over here. So who over here actually have a microscope at home? Who have a microscope at home? Oh, quite a number of you. Okay, interesting. So if you have a microscope at home, you can actually take a part of a leaf. So you go and tear out a leaf, let's say from from downstairs, okay, from your void deck or something, and then put the leaf in between your micro slides, okay, the slides, and then after that you put it under your microscope. This is what you will see, okay, and in between the leaf cells, you will see these tiny openings, okay, like small holes. So these are called the stomata. Okay, Isabel, are we allowed to pluck out leaves? Okay, try not to pluck out from the healthy plants. If you see that the plant is like withering or the plant is going to die, okay, then you can pluck out from there. Okay, don't try to pluck from the healthy leaves. Or you can take a dead leaf, but you won't see green color like this. Okay, you'll see it in other colors. Okay. All right, so these tiny openings are called the stomata. And they are usually found on the underside of the leaves. That means the bottom part of the leaf. Okay, the bottom part of the leaves, not at the top part. So when you put it under your microscope, you can see this. Jovel, why does it look disgusting? These are just cells, what, Jovel? Why does it look disgusting to you? Elihu, no, this is not spores. This is not spores. Okay. All right. And then stomata helps plants to take in and give out gases. So you can say take in and or give out gases, or like what quite a number of you already mentioned just now, exchange of gases. You can also say this. Okay. Right. So you can also say this. Okay. Now let's see who's good with your plant cells. Do you know what plant is this taken from now? This photographer over here, I think it's a he or she, I'm not sure. Okay, but he or she took this photo using the microscope. Okay, Kalayani Naloka. Do you know what plant is it from now? Sunflower, peppermint. Okay, we have good tries over here, but this is actually from the Venus flytrap plant. Interesting, right? This is actually from the Venus flytrap plant. They pluck out the leaves and then put it under the microscope and then took a picture of it under the microscope. Okay, how do I know? Because the person over here, Kalayani, actually mentioned it in his or her caption. Okay, when he or she took this photo over here. Okay, that's how I know. So it's from a Venus flytrap. Okay, now some of you also mentioned just now. I can't remember which student was it. A bit too fast. They say that, oh, stomata is not in my textbook. I don't need to know the name. Okay, so yes, you are correct. Stomata is actually not the name. The name. Okay, the name stomata is not compulsory for you to know, but as long as you know that they are tiny openings on the leaf. So if let's say the question asks about this, you can just mention tiny openings on the leaves. So this part over here, tiny openings on the leaves. Can also, let's say it's difficult for you to memorize the spelling, right? Stomata, then you can just say tiny openings. No worries. Okay. All right. Yes, Nikela, go ahead. Gavin Gunawan, I am not sure how to take care of a Venus flytrap. Okay. All right. And then this slide over here, this is additional information. Please take note. Additional information not within your syllabus. So even for upper primary, not in your syllabus. Okay. Desiree Heng, okay. So stomata not tested. The Desiree Heng, I think your teacher mentioned about the word stomata only, not the tiny openings. Tiny openings on the underside of your leaves is definitely in your syllabus. You must know. Okay, then about the exchange of gases also, that one is definitely in your syllabus. Okay, so you must know. Okay, so about this type of leaves, like I mentioned just now, not in your syllabus, but it's just good for you to know that actually many different types of leaves in this world. All right, so you can classify them according to their veins. There's like this net-like vein, and net-like also got different type of net-like. There's the straight net-like, and then there's the neural net-like, that like the neural points in our brain. Okay, then there's the parallel veins. Okay, and then shapes. There's hand shape, spear shape, heart shape, and so on. So many different shapes. Arrangement, simple, compound. Okay, and then edges, smooth, tooth, lobe, and arrangement of the stem also got different types. Okay, now actually, right, just this one is just for your information, FYI. This types of leaves was actually tested during my time. When I was a student last time, it was tested. Okay, but they feel that maybe it's too difficult for all of you today. So that's why they remove it from the syllabus. Yeah, really, yes. For those who don't believe me, you can ask your parents. Okay, your parents also actually have to remember these different types, especially for the edges and for the shapes. Okay, the edges and the shapes. We actually have to remember this. Okay, but lucky for you, you don't need to. But okay, but just for your info, If you want, you can quickly take a screenshot because there might be a bonus question for this next week. Okay, bonus question about this next week. So just a little heads up. Okay. All right. Yes, Joyce, not to worry. Yes, I know we only have about 11 more minutes. Okay. Yes, next week lesson, Clarice Eng. So I will test something about this. It will be for bonus points. Okay, it will be for bonus points. All right. So now let's go back to our normal bubble questions. This is quite easy. You just need to look at the parts pointed for X, Y, and Z. And then you match it to the function in the table. So mixed food climbs on a support and absorbs water. So I will start the timer in 3, 2, 1, start. Jairus, I'm afraid I can't go back. You have to look at the recorded lesson. Okay, if you want to look at the, the types of leaves. Okay, so wow, Aina Kirana done. So fast. Okay, good. Sophie, so easy. Lucas, yeah, well done. Esme, 1 second only, so fast. Yi Chen Liu also 1 second. Aiden also. Wow. Don't know who. Okay, yeah, this is sort of a giveaway, but no, it's not like a gift for free. You still have to think about the answer, right? You have to look at the table and so on. Okay. Kai Chi Ting. Wow, so fast. 0.1 second. Zoe Ko, 3 seconds. Okay. Well done, well done. Easy peasy. Okay, so few more seconds left. Those who are still thinking about your answer, you have about 15 more seconds. Quickly try your best to answer it. Okay, yes, Marif Hatono. Yep, that is correct. Yeah, I don't usually give 5 bubbles. I feel 5 bubbles is a bit too little, Gunawan. Yeah, sorry, Gavin Gunawan. I prefer to give at least 10 bubbles. Okay, so about 75% of you get it correct. Not that bad. So you need to see where each of the labels are pointing to. So let me ask you for part X, which part is it pointing to? Part X? Yes, Kelly, there are more bubble questions, not to worry. Yes, Jordan, correct. So part X are the leaves. And then part Y is the stem. Very good. And then part Z is the roots. Okay. Okay, somebody mentioned Mr. Fawaz like to give 5 bubbles. Okay, different teachers, different styles. You should know that. Okay, so for my style, usually at least I will give 10 bubbles. The more difficult one, 15, and then like bonus, usually 20 bubbles. Okay. All right. So since you once you know the parts, then you match it to the functions correctly. So you know that mixed food must be the leaves. Climbs on a support. So for this plant over here, it is the stem. And absorb water, definitely for the roots. And just nice, it is option 1. You see X, Y, Z arranged very nicely. So that is the answer. Okay, option 1. Okay, let's look at the next bubble question. What is the function of the plant parts labeled X? Okay, so look at the plant parts labeled X and read the options carefully, one by one. Okay, look at the options carefully. Ready? I will start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Regan Lim, yeah, I'll see how I want to give the bonus quiz. Serene, are you sure or not? Your brother's teacher give 100 bubbles. That is totally giveaway if it's 100 bubbles. Okay, so for this case over here, 10 bubbles. Wow, so many within 1 second or even 0.1 second. Some of you mentioned. Steffi Lin, definitely not 0 seconds. It's impossible to be 0 second. At least 0.0001 second, what some of you mentioned. Okay, half a minute more. So read the statements carefully. Is it supports the plant? Is it absorbs water from the ground? Is it holds the plant firmly to the soil? Or is it traps the sunlight for the plant to make food? So look at part X carefully. Okay. So Yin, are you sure? Possible to be 0 seconds? Wow, Mr. Arif gave 800 bubbles. Sure or not? Shanice Yo, wow, so many zeros in your second, 0.00. Clarice Eng, 0.1 second is basically 0.1 second still. Anyway, let's look. All right. Improvement from the previous question. So about 80% of you get it correct. So this is quite easy. So this is the leaf, as you can see. And you must know the function of the leaf. It is not to support the plant. It doesn't absorb water from the ground. That's the function of the roots. Okay. Kate, Destin, okay, don't need to spam with so many zeros, okay? If not, later the moderator will put you in the waiting room. Thank you very much. Okay, you can stop spamming. And then it holds the plant firmly to the soil. Also know that's the function of the roots. And finally, it traps sunlight for the plant to make food. So that is correct. It traps sunlight for the plant to make food. Okay, so that is correct. Next one. All right, so read the question carefully. Tanya cut off parts of a potted plant and then she put the plant near the window and water it daily. 2 weeks later, the potted plant still died. So which parts of the plant did she most likely cut off? Remember the important parts, okay? So I will start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, this is quite tricky. Let's see if most of you can get it correct. This is quite tricky. Wow, okay, those who get it correct, well done, well done. So many of you so fast, huh? Okay. Well done. Elihu, Chloe, Junhantan, Crizel, Lerai, okay. Lucas. Can I just check who has been getting correct for all 7 questions so far? For all 7 questions, no? You get all correct. Wow, so many of you. Okay, I'm happy for you that you have been earning all the bubbles. Okay, good for you. All right, well done, well done. Are you sure there's a P2 student here? Somebody mentioned P2. Okay. Wow, Aiden, so many bubbles. All right, a few more seconds left and time's up. Let's look at the results. Okay, not bad. Still about 80% of you get it correct. I expected more because so many people say easy. Okay, so remember I've mentioned before in the previous bubble question, right? The important parts of a plant, okay, is basically the root, stem, and leaves, right? These 3 are the important parts of the plant. So when we talk about the other parts, if you cut off, it actually doesn't really matter because it will develop again or will be produced again. So like flowers and fruits, it will develop again, no problem. So therefore, the important parts here are the roots and the leaves. Okay, so that's the answer, A and C only. So it is option 1. Okay, any questions? Naga Surya. If you are in university now, you will not be doing P3 work. Okay. All right, let's look at next one, question 8. This one a bit more difficult. So Nick planted these 2 young plants. He cut off the leaves of young plant A. What will happen after 2 weeks? Timer starts in 3, 2, 1, start. Oh, okay, that's set to hear, Chia Chitan. Wow, again, so many people so fast. Ashley, Noor Naisha, Ethan Liu, Lucas, Marif, Donohue, Ashlyn, Joyce, Jordan, Jairus. Okay, it is easy, but it's not so easy. Okay, because you have to read the statements carefully. Okay, every statement. Right, Venice, Samuel, Yang Chinwan, well done, well done. Those who get it all correct. Wow, Ethan, you look at it as a profit. Okay, see, Aya said tricky. Yes, quite tricky, right? If you didn't read properly, then you might get wrong. Okay, a few more seconds left. Kai Sin Leong, okay. So is it, NG Eng, why you misclick? Okay, need to check carefully, It didn't like a walk in the park. Okay, Mika, yes, it's tricky, right? Not so easy, Okay, so lesser than the previous question. This is only about 70% of you get it correct. So leaves is an important part of the plant, right? Because it helps to make food for the plant, remember, and also the exchange of gases. So after 2 weeks, the young plant A without any leaves will definitely die. Okay, but young plant B have leaves, so it will grow into an adult plant healthily. Okay, so that's the answer, option 3. The rest are wrong if you see carefully. Both young plants will die. No. Young plants will go into both young plants will grow into adult plants also no. And then option 4 is the opposite, which is wrong. Okay. Next one. Bubble question 9. Another difficult one. So we have 2 plants over here. Watered them daily and left out in the garden. But plant B had withered while plant A was growing well. So what does this experiment show? In 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, let's see. Jordan, okay, congratulations. Those who get it correct. No, Unaisha, well done. Yes, Lucas. Samsung, you don't need to spam, please. Thank you. Moderator, please take note. Thank you. All right. Yes, Aina, Kirana, good. Marif, yes, good. A bit tricky, right? No, Unaisha, yes, it's a bit tricky, but okay, quite easy if you get if you understand it. Okay, Hashini, well done. Vernice, Ethan Karam Singh, good. See Jairus, why no already Jairus? Okay, so you need to check carefully, Kaisara pressed wrongly. Oh no. Okay, so need to check carefully before you press for your answer. All right. Okay, those who can stay, I will have one more question. I know it's already 1 p.m., but I will show one more question. Okay, for you to earn your last bubbles. Okay, so for this one, it's easy. Plan A got leaves, plan B no leaves. So this shows that it's not about air to leaf because both get the air, both get the sunlight. So it's not option 2. Both also are watered daily. So it's not about option 3, but it is option 4. Okay. Because one has leaves, the other don't have leaves. So leaves are needed to make food to survive. Okay, and last one, okay, for those who can stay back for a short while. Okay, so this is about the spread of leaves. Why are the leaves spread out in such manner? I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, this is the final bubble question. So those who need to leave after you answer this question, you can go ahead and leave, okay? But if you want to stay, you have any questions to ask me, or you can stay for my conclusion of the lesson, please stay, okay? All right. Wow. So many people so fast already say bye, bye. Okay, bye Archie, bye AS. Okay, Lo Chia-en, well done. Okay, those who need to go off, like say, can go off, okay, goodbye. But those who can stay, can just stay back for a while. I explain about this question. I will conclude or I will close the lesson and then we will end from there, okay? And then I will answer questions to those who have questions for me. Eden Lu, this is already quite difficult, okay? Okay, good for you, Chloe. Okay, bye. Bye, Aina, Kirana. Okay, time's up. Hey, wait, no, not yet, not yet. Few more seconds, 5 more seconds, sorry. All right, okay, so let's quickly go through this question. Now, why are the leaves spread out in such manner? So firstly, to get more sunlight, to get sufficient sunlight to make food. And then to allow greater exchange of gases, right? Because remember, the stomata or the tiny openings are at the underside of the leaves. So if it's better spread, the gases can be exchanged better. But it is not about trapping rainwater when it rains. No, that one definitely not the purpose of the leaf spreading in such manner. So therefore, the answer for this is option 2, A and C only. Okay. All right, so therefore to close off the lesson, so just to recap, these are the 4 functions of leaf, right? Make food for the plant, trap light energy, and then it contains chlorophyll to help in the absorption of the sunlight and about the tiny openings. And then the tiny openings is called stomata. It's not compulsory for you to remember the name, but if you can remember, good for you. And then the stomata main function is to take in and give out gases or the exchange of gases. Okay, so this is what we've learned for today. Identify parts of a leaf, describe the functions of the leaf, and describe the functions of the stomata. All right, so if there's nothing else, you can go off right now and you can leave. Okay, and I'll see you, all of you in the next lesson. Okay, goodbye. See you all next week. Okay, bye.